Good morning and welcome to PSJ Java Chat, your morning chat with your favorite PSJA the Instructional Technology Integration Specialist, where we discuss EdTech tools and trends with invited guests and, of course, our morning coffee.
Welcome to PSJ Java Chat, episode 10. Today we're joined by Guadalupe Elizondo, our February's District Innovator of the Month, who is a third grade teacher at Palmer Elementary. Guadalupe is passionate about integrating technology in the classroom and actively incorporates tools like quizzes, Google Forms, and Class Dojo to enhance the learning experience of his students.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our newest episode of Java Chat. Here today with us we have Mr. Guadalupe Elizondo from Palmer Elementary. He is our newest innovator of the district, and he's the one for the month of February. Mr. Elizondo, welcome, and thank you for joining us early this morning.
No, thank you for letting me participate on this, and it's a great honor that the district has bequeathed on me, and I really am honored on that.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate all the hard work that you do with the students. It was so nice to see you in your class and see your students' reactions as well when we presented you with this award. So let's get us started. So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and your educational experience. Like, I already told our audience that you teach at Palmer, but what exactly did you teach and how long have you been teaching?
Well, I've been in education for 33 years. I started in Mission because I'm from Mission. I was there for 11 years. Then I transferred over to Edinburgh. I was there for 10 years. And then finally came back over here to PSJ for 7 years. So I'm very blessed that I have gone through the process. As a teacher, when I started as a teacher, the only technology we had was the overhead, and at the end of the day, your hands were all colored. So your hands were like blue, red, and yellow. So and then you have to clean all the transparency. So that was our technology back then.
There was no tape recorders?
No. So back then it's like the technology was that. And it's like, and VHS recorders and televisions that were mounted. And that was our technology. But technology has just advanced, I mean, leap and bounds. And when every school district, technology is one of the foremost that teachers need to be on the forefront. And like in Mission, Edinburgh, and even in PSJ, we had trainings for us to be knowledgeable of how to incorporate it into our lessons and in order for enrich our lessons for our kids. Our kids come in with very low, don't have the background information. And with technology, we can go into a field trip, virtual field trip and everything, and at least try to eliminate that gap of background knowledge. And when the kids see a video about, like, we had the Statue of Liberty, how it was built and everything, and some of them hadn't gone to New York. So we showed them video on YouTube, and they were like, oh, it's humongous, everything. They didn't know that the Statue of Liberty was in an island and everything. It's like, why did they, and they had questions like, why do they have to go on a boat? I'm like, and then they start thinking like, oh, it's because it's an island. So that background information is so critical, and on that. So I am very, very blessed that I'm with PSJ, and which with the pandemic, that was one of our forefronts that the teachers were pushed into technology, because we were like, oh, technology, no, pencil and paper, like. We were like, okay, we were almost pushed, and we say, okay, we got the bull by the horn and said, okay, we have to do it, because how else are we going to teach the students? So it was a very challenging for some of us, because we didn't know how to do the Google Classroom and how to perform and everything. So we were just like, okay, we need to learn this and this and this, and like we just like, okay, go at it. And we did it. And it was because of the kids, because we didn't have any other technology. I mean, we had the technology. Now we had to know how to use it. And that was I think that was a blessing of the pandemic, that we were really using our technology for that. And it's
Yep.
like everything that happens is for a purpose. And after that, it's like we can't stop technology, and technology is such critical part. Now we have the smart boards and everything, and the students can go up and do their calculations and everything. And on Google Forms, I do also writing, and for them to do their typing, they have to do their typing. I check, and then when I check their grammars and everything, then they go back into paper and pencil. We have to go again with paper and pencil because of their penmanship. And again,
Wow.
so technology is really incorporated, and the kids really enjoy technology. Is like, okay, let's go get our computers. Like, sir, are we going to use the
Yeah, it
computer?
gets
Like,
them engaged.
yes, yes,
It
yes.
does definitely get them engaged. Thank you for sharing all that. I'm like, definitely the pandemic helped us out a lot. And I am so happy that us at PSJ were able to steal you and have you here with us now. So
Yes.
excited. And what grades have you taught so far? Like, I know that you've been 33 years, like Debbie, my counterpart and my sister in work. I don't know how else to describe her. She is my everything. My better half, I can say, for work.
Work hat.
She's been working for 35 years in education. I'm like, but I don't know. I'm like, right now you're teaching first grade, correct?
That is correct.
And
And
what other grades have you taught?
I taught from first to fifth. So,
Oh, wow.
so, and the longest one I have taught was fourth grade, especially
that's a-
when it was the writing. So,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
so back then when the writing was a separate test,
Mhm.
as soon as you got into fourth grade, then we'll never let you go.
Yeah. Well, that's a vast educational experience, all in elementary, but really vast, all the way first through fifth. Thank you so much for sharing all that.
Yes, and I was for 3 years I was a reading specialist in
Oh,
Mission.
nice.
So
Nice.
so I was only working with first grade, and those were the ones that at risk. So from there, it's like I really got my foundation on how to teach them how to read and everything. So before that, I thought I knew it all for college and everything, but then it's like when I took in depth how to really teach reading, I was like, I was doing it all wrong.
It's not an easy thing to do. Reading
No,
is
it's
the
not.
hardest thing to teach. And so I admire those younger grade level teachers because that is a hard job. It is. So Mr. Elizondo, I know you talked a little bit about how you started with technology, but I'm just going to go on to our next question, which is how did you get started using the technology in your classroom? If you have anything else to add, and share with us some of the different tech tools that you use with your students, and maybe what kind of products they use using technology. What do they create, using technology?
Now, right now, I mean, using technology is the foremost to just to eliminate the gap of the students' knowledge, background knowledge, because that is the most they need to connect to what you're teaching. So technology is just for me. I used it for the connections to themselves. If they get a connections, self connections, they are able to have ownership of their own learning, and also be able to say, oh,
So true.
I can connect this from my life to this, so their learning will be beneficial on that. So on starting on technology, uh, every time that I was in a school district, we had classes, and for us, and they said technology is your best assistant in order to teach, get the students engaged and everything. And now it's like with video games, it's like that's what the kids are. So it's like
Mhm.
we're using that, and I use a lot of Quizlet,
Oh,
and
nice.
and the kids go wild. The kids go wild, in which they're getting points and everything every time they get a correct answer. And after each question, we go over how many students got this one correct and everything, and like, I got it correct, I got this points and all this, and that motivate them. I mean, something like, again, technology is for them to disguise their learning. So
Right? They think they're just having fun, but they're
yes,
actually
they're
learning.
having
Yeah.
fun, but
The
the
gamification part, the
yes,
gamification.
Mhm.
yeah, so technology is a little disguise of learning. So they get very, very hyped up. I mean, the noise level goes high. I mean, you can hear them go wild, and like as soon as they get the correct answer, I did it right, yes, yes. And
Oh,
it's like,
that's so cute.
and it's like, now we do have the other ones that we have, um the I went blank. The one that, for the drag and drop with our soul studies on that. I forgot the
So we have
Near-
Nearpod that you can use drag and
Nearpod,
drop.
the
Nearpod.
Nearpod,
Okay.
the Nearpod, in which, I mean, they're able to drag and drop, uh, and they like it because they can also incorporate instead of the multiple choices. I
Mhm.
mean, the multiple choices, like, you don't know if they're going to just guess or they got it right. So with the Nearpod, they drag and drop. They're able to see. I can see, like, okay, they got
They're
it and everything.
thinking.
Yes, and they're
Yeah,
thinking.
nice.
And then the Nearpod has other activities for them to do, like writing and drawing and everything. So anytime that they are able to do something else than paper and pencil, they're just, I mean, delighted, and their knowledge go up. And especially when they're talking and sharing and everything is like, and they in their when we have the projects, they usually also do the Google Forms for them to type in their information and everything. So they do have the ability to do the projects on the Google Forms and everything. So um, and also it's like the videos that, like I told you, is like most of us, like me, it's like is we're visual learners and tactile. So as soon as they
Yeah.
see something, it's like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. And as soon as I play a video that, especially on science or social studies, they just go like, and then they just, I mean, their interaction just go super high on that.
Good.
It's
I'm
great
so
that we can take them anywhere with technology. So you have that ability to build all that background. That is amazing.
Yes.
I agree. Following up with that question, all the stuff that you've been doing with technology with the students is great, but I want you to focus on a little specific area. How have you used technology to differentiate your instruction with your students?
Well, I see that since we are, well, our kids need more of, because we're integrating the language arts in the reading, their
Uh-huh.
spelling is a need. So what I do a Google form for them, especially the ones that are needing. It's an example of their spelling words. I do put like was having 3 boxes, and I put the letters on the bottom, the WAS, scrambling them around, and for them to drag and drop to the
Oh,
boxes
wow.
to create the word was. Because because if I gave them a paper and pencil, they're like, and I tell them, okay, sound it out and have this. Okay, what's this first sound? The first letter goes on the first box, second letter goes on the second, and third. And that's how I try for them to help, because I do see the need for the spelling. And with that,
Wow.
it helps them connect with the reading when they are decoding and blending those in.
Very nice. I love that. That's a
And
really good tool.
even though it's like is takes almost like 30 minutes to get those and creating those boxes and everything. And to me, when I see them, that they said, "Oh, sir, I got it correct. I got the word correct." And especially the ones that are 504 or special ed,
Mhm.
and they're able to do that. And of course, I had to train them how to do drag and drop. And then after that, it's like, and and sometimes I tell them I don't have time, as one of your friends, and the ones that are experts are like, sir, can I help them? And like, they're eager to help each other. They're
Good.
eager, and that's the best way to the kids help each other on that.
Wow, that's
That-
above going above in that learning curve when they're teaching other students, then they're in higher order thinking.
Yes, yes.
So do you have a favorite technology activity that you've done with your students?
Well, the one that I really enjoy is the Quizlet, and it's like because I can create my own quiz, but also Quizlet has a library in which
Mhm.
you can just get that just as long as it's, I mean, it's feasible. I mean, it goes with the lesson with your kids. But usually the Quizlet library does have plenty of lessons, quizzes for them, and you can edit and input your own. And I use Quizlet for every subject, and it's a tool for me to at least informal tool for them to at least see what their need, because that's like a mini lessons for them.
Mhm.
And after every question, we go over, okay, why did 10 people selected this and this, what was the correct answer? At least they can, is not like, okay, I got it wrong. That's it. Let's go on to the next one. We do go over the questions and like, why did you select this and everything? Because I tell them, we learn from our mistakes. And right now it's like, it's a game, and you're not, and they feel at ease because it's a game and everything. And I said, we learn from our mistakes. Even Mr. Elizondo learned from his mistakes. Well, when my mom told me not to touch the stove and he's touched it, I think that was the last time I did. So,
Exactly. That it is good, and it makes it fun for them. And like for you, you can see right away who knows it and who doesn't, and
yes,
talk about that. So it is great. And I think in quizzes, there's an AI feature now that will help you create quizzes. But so why reinvent the wheel? I like that you take what they have, and then you can also,
edit.
alter it to what you need. It's good. It's a good program. Thanks for sharing about that.
Thank you,
And the
Mr.
thing is,
Elizondo.
the students are just like I told you. I mean, they go wild. Like as soon as like the first thing they say is like, "Are we doing Quizlet? Are we doing Quizlet?" I'm like,
They like that competition, that little,
yes,
like when we play with adults, the games like that as well.
Oh, yes.
It's everybody gets involved,
yeah,
they
it's
want to
the
win.
competition is
Yes.
like
We all
they're
love that
just
little
eager.
competition and get
Yeah.
that
Yes,
little gut feeling.
yes.
With quizzes, Kahoot is also a really good gamifying platform. Now, we want to talk about your personal time and your use of technology and how technology for you has changed. One of the things that has been like the buzzword lately is AI, like Debbie was saying about quizzes. Have you used it? Have you dabbled with it yet with artificial intelligence, or tell us about your personal time with technology? Talk about all that.
I have tried. I have tried just a little bit on AI,
Uh-huh.
and to me, it's like it's really advanced in everything. And um, we've been getting trained on how to incorporate AI
Hmm.
to with our students, because that's our forefront. And the thing is that, and I was a lot of teachers are really veteran teachers are like
Hmm.
they don't want they they feel like they're bombarded with all the information and everything. And le- our principal is very Miss Aida is very good, and like she tries to give us all the information, excuse me, all the funds and everything for us to know. And she says, if something doesn't work, please don't just drop it. Do it again, try it again, because the first time you're not going to be successful. The second time, the more you practice, the better you're going to be. So, and that one, we're barely learning how to use the AI into our classroom, and that's one of the challenges that I want to have for my free time to learn. And technology, personally, I'm a diabetic, so I have detecting glucose. So I have a decon in which it alerts me if my sugar is high or low. So I'm using technology right there. So on that is like technology is everywhere in cell phones and everything. So uh, we cannot live. Even though when I was in college, it's like technology, some of my coworkers were saying technology has no in there. It's like that, no technology, like, but that was like, it was just a joke, but technology is here to stay, and we need to
Yes.
use it in order for us to advance our way of teaching. Enhance.
And AI is really good for differentiation. We were talking about differentiation. We're more than happy to show you. We actually had a session yesterday on Copilot AI. So we'll put the recording on our YouTube channel. So check it out. Share with your I was gonna say class members, with your team members in Palmer. And it went really well. And I'm like, we talked about how you can use it for differentiation and prompting. So feel free. We can share with you that link, just because you're an innovator and we want you to be upfront and to the forefront of everything as well. And thank you for sharing everything you've shared with us so far.
No, it's a pleasure and everything. It's just like anything. I mean, we learn from each other. And like you were here last week and you taught us how to use the Copilot, and it was interested, and now we're going into it. And Ms. Cantu helps us a lot, our tech.
Good.
And it's like she's always there. Any questions that we have is like, and everything is like, we had a big problem with the internet, and our district came in and took care of it. So it's like anything else, little problems, they can be fixed, just as long as we are able to be patient and still go forward on that.
Yeah, I like that. Be patient, because there are going to be.
We need to be
glitches here and
patient.
there. Yes, but it's good. Usually they get fixed pretty quickly, and we move on with our technology, because now we're using so much more technology. Now that we have one-to-one devices, we're using up all that technology space.
Bandwidth.
Yes.
That bandwidth. That's what
Yes.
makes us slower.
And it's like, I can see it with my first graders. It's like, I'm really gung ho on technology, and like they have their computers, and I'll say, okay, let's go this. And then like at first they were like a little afraid of using it. Now it's like they're like whizzes. They're like, okay, let's do this, and like yes, and like now it's like,
Now they're
Is-
teaching
is-
you.
yes. And the thing is that the kids, excuse me, the kids are sometimes more knowledgeable than we are.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
said, and I'm like, how did you do that? Sir, I did this. Okay.
They're not
So-
scared of playing around with technology.
They
No.
figure it
And
out.
we are. We're
Yes.
thinking that we're gonna break something out. And that's what I've
Yes.
seen with a lot of teachers. We are
Yeah.
scared of breaking something out, and the kids are not scared about breaking.
And you
and
have
the thing-
first graders, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
it's-
there,
So, they can do it.
Yes.
There is a learning curve, but don't be afraid to start at those young ages, because they can do it.
and when I teaching technology for them, when in Google Form, I do tell them, okay, this is a drag and drop. What is it? And because they have to know their technology terms. So they know, okay, let's do the drag and drop. Let's do the multiple choice and anything. I do tell them how to do this. Okay, we're going to do the text, and I tell them how to change the text, the font, and everything. And then like, so they go home and do that. So
Try it.
yes.
So there are reluctant teachers to try technology out there. Do you have
Yes.
any advice for them, for that reluctant teacher that doesn't want to try to integrate technology with the class?
The only thing about that is we are learning. We are learning, and we don't have to give up. I mean, there are so many people that are willing to help us. Like sometimes I say, how do I do this? And I call Ms. Cantu. Ms. Cantu, it's very easy. You do this and this. I'm like, that's it. It's so easy. And like, yes. And we just have to have someone to help us. And we have our tech, Ms. Cantu, even our principal. Our principal is very, very helpful about allocating funds for us and buying
Yes.
whatever we need. I mean, smart boards and everything, our pens and everything. So she's also, without our having an administrator guiding technology, you're not going to be able to have a successful campus of using technology. It comes from the top and goes down on that.
That it does. But we are lifelong learners. Like
Yeah.
even though we're the teacher, we're still learning ourselves. So yeah, I like that.
And we, like you said, we're learning. I mean, we learn from each other. I learn from my kids. And like, And like, I was asking one of the students, and like he got a problem wrong. And like, I said, how did you get that answer? Sir, it's because I got it from here. And then like, it opened my eyes. Like, oh, no, you're supposed to be looking at this, not at the bottom. Because I never thought it was like, to us, we have one view, but the students have another view. And it's like, after I asked him, I'm like, where did you get that answer? Oh, right here. I said, no, the problem is only this. And I'm like, then I was like, oh. Then I have to.
So we can learn from our students. We're not the expert in everything, right?
No.
No.
And they have other points of view, in which sometimes they go out of field, and I said, I never had thought about that. And I'm like, and that really surprised me. Like, they're really thinking beyond the little square.
That they are.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. That was our last question here at our Java Chat this morning. We learned a lot about what you're doing in your classroom, and thank you for being willing and helpful to sharing with us. And congratulations once again for being our innovator of the month of February, Mr. Elizondo.
Well, thank you for giving me that opportunity, and thank you for the privilege on that and everything. I just do everything for the kids, and we're here for the kids, and that's the most important thing on that. And I really appreciate the district for selecting me and your department. But like I said, everything is from our principal going down, and our principal is gung ho, and that's why we're doing that. Yeah, it's a campus. It's not one classroom. It's a campus.
Love that sentiment, Mr. Elizondo. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Likewise, thank you very much.
Yeah, don't forget to join us during our Q&A sessions. Also, make sure that you check our YouTube channel, because we have a lot of trainings already in there, and we're posting new trainings in our new platform, Mobile Mind, which is for on-demand PD sessions as well. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend, and a great long weekend too. We have a long weekend this weekend.